On the 14th of March 2024, Chief Minister Conrad K Sangma launched Meghalaya's Talent Identification Phase 3 and the Elite Pathway Phase 2 programs aimed at nurturing local sports talent. Bollywood star John Abraham joined the event held at the NEHU complex, emphasizing the government's stakeholder-centric approach, prioritizing youth, women and farmers. A partnership agreement with the Northeast United Football Club was also unveiled to establish a football residence academy, enhancing sporting opportunities in the state. The Meghalaya Chief Minister highlighted significant investments in sports infrastructure with plans for over 300 facilities. Speaking on the occasion, Conrad Sangma stressed on youth empowerment, citing personal entrepreneurial experience. The initiatives include a talent identification program and a year-long Elite Pathway initiative to train the young athletes. Additionally, he announced the Meghalaya Sports Scholarship Scheme, offering financial aid based on tournament performance.
On the way is yes, a round of applause please. 7-year-old boy championship in chess. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, come on, a round of applause for Vidya. Next we have, yes, ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for Alan Campbell Lingdon Ngongbree. And yes, we also have Don Poklang Lingdor. A big round of applause. Coming to golf, we go from Arm Wrestling. Please give a round of applause. Coming to athletics, we have Glorified Kurba and Marso Kindal. Please give a round of applause for Glorified Kurba and Marso Kindal from athletics. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, please give a round of applause. Coming to chess, we have the 7-year-old boy, Aditya A.G.
That if the state has to move forward, we cannot continue with the same kind of governance approach that we had been having in the past. I'm not blaming anybody, nor am I saying what they did was not correct. Everybody has a style of functioning, and I had my own thoughts. And hence, when we came into the government in 2018, we were very clear that rather than looking at departments and looking at schemes and focusing on implementation of schemes, we need to focus as a government on the beneficiaries and what is it that we're trying to achieve by implementing these schemes, and what is it that we're trying to achieve by these different departments doing the different works that they are doing. Now, why is that important? It's important because administration and governance is so complex that while we are focusing on the different rules and different schemes and different programs and policies, we actually forget what is it that we wanted to do. And therefore, we need to keep reminding ourselves, what is it that we are trying to do as a government? And hence started a very long process of us reforming our entire outlook, and we said we will go as per the stakeholder approach. And who are these stakeholders? These stakeholders are our youth. Our stakeholders are the women of our state. Our stakeholders are the farmers of our state. So like that, the entrepreneurs of our state. So whatever we do as a government, it must impact and be beneficial for the youth. And that's when we came out and we realized that for 47 years, the state government of Meghalaya had been running different sports and youth affairs programs without a policy. And how can you move forward without the policy, because then you don't know what you want to do in life. You need to set targets. You need to fix a vision, a goal. And then you need to be able to define the process and the route with which you will achieve those goals. These are basic principles for any organization to be able to lead or reach to a desired goal or objective or vision that they have. And hence, the youth became the center of our policy making. The youth became the center of our approach as to what we need to do. It was not the schemes anymore. It was not the programs anymore. It was not the officials or the politicians anymore. It was what is good for the youth of our state, this government will do. And that is why, if you've noticed in the last 5 to 6 years, the policies we created, the programs that we made were youth-centric. I remember as a youth, I was 21 years old. I just finished my undergrad from University of Pennsylvania. I thought I'll come back to my state, to my country, because my father told me, you can go and study in the US, but you better come back. My only condition is you will come back and you will give back whatever you have learned to our people, is what his condition was. I still remember. And I came back. And I was so excited to start my own business. And I was working and working and working, and I just looked around everywhere. And there was nobody to help me. There was nobody to even guide me. There was no schemes of the government. There was nothing that would motivate me to actually start my own business. There was no enterprising ecosystem or an entrepreneurship ecosystem existing in our state and the country also. To be among the top 10 states in the country, it cannot happen with Conrad Sangma or DP Walang alone. It can only happen if the state, if the people, and especially the youth, become part of this goal, of this objective, of this mission that we have. And that is why, friends, youth is at the center of the policies that we make. That almost close to 50% of sports infrastructure, 50% of the sports infrastructure, close to 45, 40 plus, almost close to 50% of the sports infrastructure that is there in the state today, close to 50% was created in the last 3 years alone. In the last 3 years alone, close to 50% of the entire sports infrastructure in the history of the state was made in the last 3 years. Out of the 5 Meghalaya games that has been held in the history of our state, 5 Meghalaya games only, 3 of them were in the last 5 years. And now it's going to happen every year. For the first time, it was this government that introduced the sports awards and was felicitating and rewarding the medalists in the state games or with the national games or any other national competition that is there. It is this government that started giving scholarship to our students who are getting medals in national games and in national competitions at different disciplines that are there. We give scholarship to these students so that you're able to continue your studies, get money to be able to invest in different sports and programs and buy maybe equipments that you need. It may not be enough, but at least it is a support that you're getting from the government. And yes, if necessary, we will do even more.